for a just and comprehensive peace. Meanwhile, Israel's far-right minister Bezalel Smotrich has announced that his religious Zionism party will vote against the Gaza ceasefire deal. Smotrich has urged the government to resume fighting after hostages are freed, rejecting any move towards Palestinian statehood or an international security force in Gaza. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that Ukrainian strikes may have cut Russian gasoline supplies by up to 1/5. He further added that Russian forces carried out 1,550 strikes on energy targets in Ukraine over the past month, while the US and Russia have no shared perspective on the war, according to him. The U.S. government shutdown enters its second week, while court hearings in Illinois and California will review President Donald Trump's National Guard deployments to Chicago and Portland, as governors and coalition of 24 states challenge the federalization. French President Emmanuel Macron is seeking his sixth prime minister within the next 38 hours. Now, this follows after outgoing Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu resigned on Monday amid France's worst political crisis in modern history. South Sudan's President Salva Kiir has fired military chief Daw Aturjong and reinstated his predecessor Paul Nang Majuk just 3 months after dismissing him and amid growing political turmoil and armed clashes. The shakeup comes as Kiir faces internal conflict, delayed elections, and the treason trial of his rival and first vice president Riek Machar. An artillery strike by Sudan's Rapid Support Forces has killed 13 people and wounded 20 others inside a mosque in the besieged city of El Fasher, according to eyewitnesses quoted by media reports. Survivors have said that the mosque had sheltered about 70 families when shells hit on Wednesday, destroying part of the building as well. Indian police has arrested G. Ranganathan, owner of Restraining Pharma, after a cough syrup made at his plant was linked to the deaths of at least 21 children. Tests by the Indian Health Ministry found the syrup sold as Cold Reef contained dangerous levels of diethylene glycol, the same toxin behind killing of more than 130 children since 2022 in Gambia and Uzbekistan. Now we move on. The UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNRWA, has welcomed the ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas, calling it a huge relief. They have announced that they're ready to send much-needed food and medicines to Gaza, with enough supplies to feed the entire population for 3 months. This comes as the Norwegian Refugee Council warns that the Trump-led plan to increase aid will fail unless all aid groups can resume operations. The council has been blocked from entering Gaza since May. Israel says there's no limit to aid quantity but accuses Hamas of stealing supplies. In order to tackle issues of food shortages, the Gaza Peace Plan also includes restoring water infrastructure in bakeries in the region, where famine is growing concern. Now, for this discussion, we are joined by Matti Zweig. He's a geopolitical expert, joins us live from Tel Aviv. Thank you, Matti, for joining us again. Good to see you. Matti, can you give us Thank you. Can you give us a little bit of background on what is going on with the aid situation in Gaza, and why is UNRWA not allowed to provide aid there?
Well, I think we have to go a little bit backwards, because the big problem in the last 2 years is that Israel wanted to continue giving aid to the population in order to continue his war and not to be sanctioned by the lack of humanitarian aid. But they wanted to do it in their terms, because they saw that the Hamas, to keep their power, they were stealing the aid, they were distributing as they wanted to distribute, taking a big chunk for themselves, and selling all the rest in the black market, which made a real chaos. And